Hello YouTube, this is Jason, aka Bit Junkie. I hope this video finds you doing well. It is Thursday, February the 8th. We're going to talk about Davor Coin, however you pronounce it, closing their lending platform today and our reaction to that. CryptUnite Global is our community. That's Jim on the left, that's me on the right. We started this community. Please join us on Facebook. It's a CryptUnite currency enthusiast group. We're talking cryptos, sharing everything within the space. There's a lot of good dialogue in there, a lot of good information being passed around, and it's free to join. So just come join, check it out, and come sit at the table with us and talk cryptos. All right, Davor Coin. It's been a rough year for cryptos in general. 2018. I mean, the retracement in Bitcoin's price started back in late December, and China bans and ICOs and South Korea's issues and BitConnect collapsing on the lending side, and now Davor doing the same thing. It's been a rough year. Even mining is down because Bitcoin price is really down comparatively to where it was in December. So the sky is really gray here on this. So my thoughts on Davor. I mean, everybody. I was gonna make this video yesterday, but guys, I've been super busy. I didn't really get a chance to get into this yesterday at all. My day was slammed. So my thoughts are this. You can't use result of outcome to determine what your original intent was, right? I mean, how it turns out can't shape whether you should have did it or not at the beginning. You had to use the information at hand. So when we first got into Davor, at the time, BitConnect had been swimming along for over a year. It was working pretty flawlessly. It's well documented. We've done the math on the business model of BitConnect and as such Davor as well. So we were feeling pretty good about it. And I thought Davor would be a better version of BitConnect because they use arbitrage, which is a much safer way to trade, if executed properly. But when BitConnect went down, the thing that I think that really sunk Davor was the lack of confidence. If everybody went to the bank today and tried to take all your money out at the same time, the bank doesn't have your money, and I think Davor suffered the same fate. And there was zero confidence in lending platforms after Davor, and rightfully so. Have any of them survived? BitConnect held on for almost a year. We went ahead and jumped in, but other than them, no one else was able to survive. And after they went down, it was almost like, you could see this coming with Davor. I don't know if you guys noticed on our channel, but when Davor went down and the confidence basically tanked, and we saw that, we started pulling our affiliate links, and we just kind of stopped updating on Davor, because what we've learned doing this channel is, regardless of how many only invest what you can lose and how many type of disclaimers are put out there, people tend to just hear what they want to hear. So the best decision, me and Jim talked about it, was to just leave it alone and not talk about it. We were already invested, so we were going to sink with that ship if it sank. And there's no reason to cause a bunch of panic on that, because it was whatever was going to happen was going to happen. But the writing kind of was on the wall, because no one's interested in lending platforms, including us. And when we got into Davor, we were already in BitConnect. The hope was that they would be better and we could transition over to a safer model under them. And it didn't work out. And obviously we believed in it, because you saw us when we put our deposit in for it. So it didn't work out. I feel terrible for all the people out there that have lost a lot of money. We did a $30,000 loan. We got 400, I don't know the exact number. We had 400 and something coins, which would be the equivalent of, at the time they were like 2 cents. So it's $8 for $30,000. Now we did get about $13,000 to $14,000 back in interest, and we were doing daily withdrawals from Davor, new platform and everything. And then especially after, some of the things with BitConnect started happening, we kept on a daily withdrawal. But I think we were part of the problem too. Everyone was just withdrawing. No one was interested in re-lending back in. We're all just taking our money out, So, but at this point, we have zero confidence in lending platforms that they can be executed properly. No one's proven to be able to do it. I don't think it invalidates the math, but no one's actually been able to accomplish it the right way. So we're off of lending platforms, and for everybody that's lost money, and I mean it's just a terrible thing. And I think I don't know, this space there's a lot of risk, but I mean these lending platforms closing in the way that they do it's been pretty egregious, and we don't want any parts of any of it anymore. Like I said, we simultaneously got into both. We were in BitConnect. It was performing well for a couple months. We thought Davor would be the better version of that, the safer version. So we tried to transition over to that, and they both failed within after we were in. So, but you only put money in that you can afford to lose. So don't cry for me. And me and Jim, we're gonna keep moving in crypto and just keep doing what we can do. But to all those out there that lost, it's a terrible moment. It's a terrible thing, and I don't really know what to say. So it's got to keep pushing forward. All right. Bitcoin. We did a trading video the other day, and we kind of detailed time to mark trend lines and spots to mark the change in direction. So if we do the current the current supply line, which is this, downtrend today, if we actually close, around where we're at, and I don't know what the time to close is, because this is UTC. I don't know the time zone where the close date is for this market, but if it closes, which I'm sure it probably will, if it closes on the other side of this changes market polarity on a daily level to up, and this is happening at a key support area from the monthly chart and the weekly chart. So, getting a daily direction to turn to up officially today or starting tomorrow at a major support area is a pretty good confluence of events. You call it, when you have more than one indicator lining up at the same place, you kind of call that a confluence of events. And we've got a pretty good confluence of events forming here on Bitcoin's price. So I'm not calling a bottom, but this is what a bottom looks like. So we'll see what it does. There's always Bitcoin. This is the problem with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's volume is so low. It does $9 to $18 billion, somewhere in between that on a daily basis. And that sounds like a lot of money, but it's really not. People with coordinated efforts from multiple big players in the market, that's just a small volume that you can kind of push around. And I think that's part of Bitcoin's problem. The foreign exchange market trades around $5 trillion a day last time I checked. And like the euro dollar pair the euro, the dollar, and the pound are probably involved in like $3 trillion of that money, right? So there's just no single individual person, whale, or collection of people that I think can manipulate the market for any long periods of time, which is why you don't have really large swings in Forex. It's very leveled off. The exchange rate for a dollar for a euro has been around $1.20 for a long time, and it hovers above and below, $1.15 to $1.24, somewhere in that range. But that's over months that it stays within that range, and Bitcoin's all over the place because there's not enough volume. It does have low adoption, and there's not enough volume in the market for it to sustain itself. You can think of Bitcoin as like being a 50-foot yacht out there on the open ocean. It's got a little heft to it, but it's not an aircraft carrier yet. So you can turn that thing left and right a lot easier than you can a giant aircraft carrier. And that's what you need for stability in the long term. So the volatility is going to stay up until we get more money in the space. So this price is always going to do this craziness that it does, up 70%, 80%, and pull back 40% and back the other way. The volatility is going to be large, but the more and more large players come into the market, the more stable the price will become. Right. So this chart looks like it's forming up for a reversal. And like I said, you never know if they're going to stop run it and run the price down here to take the stop losses out, because there's a lot, they know that people think this is the reversal spot, and that's how markets work. So they'll come in and gun for your stops, but we'll see. It's starting to look good on the chart. It's good to have the direction pointed up on any chart in Bitcoin after the tough last month and a half or 2 months we've had. So that's where we're at with it. This isn't going to be a long video. Just that observation on Bitcoin. Davor Coin, again, we're staying away from lending platforms right now until someone proves it can be done the right way. And we understand our position in this, that even though we put disclaimers, we do have a voice, and people see what we do and they follow us. And it's a very sick feeling when what we're into, that we believed in, turns out to do what they did, and a lot of people lose money. And I went in eyes wide open, prepared to lose, so I'm fine. But I feel bad for the others. So we're just staying away from them from here on out until someone proves that they can do it the right way, and we get more transparency and just a better setup, because this is craziness. So that's where we're at. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell notifications so that you'll get notification every time we make a new video. And we'll see where we go from here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll get you the trading bot video soon. The trading bot has, I'll show you. It put a bunch of errors up here, and I don't know. I've had a bunch of errors. It's not cooperating. It's not staying running, and I still need to get better settings for it too. So I know it's a work in progress. I know the community's waiting on it. The combination of the error bot having a lot of errors, the trading bot having a lot of errors, and my gigantically busy schedule has not equaled a video. But I'll get it out to you ASAP, and we'll go from there. See what happens. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon.